If this is your first time here, welcome. On this channel, I like to showcase the automotive culture and the positive impact it has on the community. However, today's a little bit different. Today, I won't be making an automotive related video, so if you want to check in next week, I will have some more automotive content for you guys.
I'm blowing up this night, the people getting hyped. I'm always going in, cause the party never ends. I'm blowing up this night, the people getting hyped. I'm always going in, cause the party never ends. Yeah, up, down, turn around, let me hear you shout now. Come on people, look up high, see the colors in the sky. Jump up now, pump your fist, so I know you feeling this. Take your shot, I never miss, I end up with your magic kiss. Moving at a rapid pace, my rhymes and lyrics co-create. I'm a boss, I'm never late, cause I own my own estate. This is all original, just had to let you know. Hitting the scene, spinning fire, mumble rappers, where we tired. Blowing up this night, the people getting hyped. I'm always going in, cause the party never ends. I'm blowing up this night, the people getting hyped. I'm always going in, cause the party never ends. Now come on girl, show your hips, let me see you do a dip. Drop it down, break the ground, speakers blasting with my sound. Think it pop the fizzer and your body starts to scissor. My rhymes are like a virus, cause they're spreading through all the town. I'm blowing up this night, the people getting hyped. I'm always going in, cause the party never ends. I'm blowing up this night, the people getting hyped. I'm always going in, cause the party never ends.
So today's topic is going to be about a music video I shot. I never shot a music video before. What you saw right then and there was my very first music video. And although I have some experience with creating videos for YouTube and stuff like that, this was a completely different experience for me really. And I wanted to give you guys some tips or some takeaways, somebody shooting a music video for the very first time. So as you guys saw in the video, I had a very unique client. The client's name is Kee Rhymez. Very, very nice individual, extremely inspiring. You may not have noticed, but Kee is a ventilator-dependent paraplegic. But nonetheless, a very inspiring human being. Honestly, it's been a blessing working with him, and that's why I jumped into this project. It was kind of thrown at me. I worked with one of my good friends, Eric. He is a music producer. He brought the situation to me, and I told him, hey, let's do it. Let's create this dude's vision. Now, this wasn't my style of a hip hop video that I'm personally interested in. However, I wanted to create the vision that he saw. My very first takeaway that I would give you guys is planning. Planning is super key. So, you know, the best mentality that I always go by in life is prepare for the worst and hope for the best. So prepare for the very worst, and you'll be prepared for any type of situation. Make sure to plan with the artist beforehand of everything. I had Kee do a storyboard of what kind of he envisioned he wanted the video to be, and then that would help me illustrate that vision into a video creation. Within planning and preparation, making sure that you scout the area that you're going to be shooting the music video. So I wasn't able to necessarily scout the location. However, knowing that it was going to be indoors, I did start writing down a list of things that I needed as far as gear goes. So make sure to plan for the situation, which brings me to the point of when we were in the shoot, Kee had extra people that were coming. He was going to have about 8 people come, and a few people bailed on him last minute. So we had to kind of gear around that and make sure that, you know, he wanted the video to be like a party scene. So we made sure to kind of you know, be able to pivot and pivot to different scenarios and different situations. So that's takeaway number one. Takeaway number one, preparation and planning with the artist. Takeaway number two is have a solid crew. I was fortunate enough to have my wife and the music producer, Eric, helping out with the shoot. My wife played the role as the director of the music video, and Eric was kind of just helping all around throughout the video shoot itself, setting up lights, setting up the smoke machines, just being that, you know, the assistant extraordinaire that he was. So tip number two would definitely be have a proper crew and make sure that you're able to work with them pretty successfully and seamlessly. Honestly, if it wasn't for my wife and Eric helping out on set, I don't think it would have turned out as well as it did. I mean, they were trusting in them and kind of explaining to them what I needed on the camera, kind of helped move things along and helped me just focus on getting everything in frame, getting the right frame, and executing that part of the video properly. So again, shout out to my crew, shout out to my wife, shout out to Eric at Quincy Productions. The third takeaway that I got, gear is important, but gear isn't everything. It's important to have gear, but I feel like it's more important to know your gear. Dive deep into your gear and understand what your gear is capable of and what your gear is not capable of. That way you can understand what you can and can't do. So if gear is holding you back from getting your first video or starting a first video, gear is not holding you back. You're holding yourself back. So you just gotta know your gear better. Know your gear better, understand what the client wants, and then you can offer whatever you can provide. The biggest thing from gear that I can relate to you guys is lighting is everything. Obviously, you know, taking a photo or recording a video, everything about a camera is about light. So understanding that concept and having external lighting, having soft boxes, having lighting on set is very, very important to correctly light your client. And having props. I think the best prop that I had on set was a fog machine. And what's so important and what was so beneficial of having that fog machine was we were able to create so much depth into the picture. The gear that I'm using is pretty simple. I'm using a Sony A6400, which is a crop sensor camera. Just having so much depth and layers into your frame. Framing and composition is much more important than your gear. And one big thing with composition is layering and framing and having layers in your frame to create that depth. We were in a situation where Kee had a bunch of people bail on him. However, know your focal lengths. Understand that. Back to composition again. The only reason I was able to make it look like a proper party scene was because I chose very tight focal lengths. So most of that video was shot on my 35 millimeter, which in full frame terms, that's 50 millimeters, your nifty 50. Know your focal lengths. That's the other big part, is know your focal lengths to create the scene that your artist wants. So number three is know your gear. Gear is not everything, but understand it. And the most important props that I took away from shooting my first video was a fog machine and lights. Those are probably two very, very key vital items that I would suggest you guys bring on set. And the last takeaway would be remind yourself of your motivation. I think the biggest thing for me was I never shot a music video before. My only real motivation was to help Kee out and help create his vision and empower him in his video. Whatever he wanted, I really just wanted to bring to fruition. The most rewarding part of all this was Kee seeing the video for the very first time. He called me after he saw the video and he was practically hyperventilating. And I think that was easily the most rewarding thing of this entire project. It was a paid project. This wasn't just like a feel-good project, but understanding that I was able to help create his vision, one, gave me confidence, but two, reminded me of why I was motivated to help Kee. I really wanted to empower him, like I said, and just help create his vision. And his reaction when he first saw the video really just meant everything. Everything. So that's it, guys. Those are my key takeaways from recording my very first music video. I hope that you guys found value in this. And again, if you did, please press that like button. And if you want to follow along with the rest of my videos, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. And we'll see you guys on the next video.